Taurus, what is going on with you? God, am I glad to see you. Come in, have a seat, make yourself comfortable. My name's Alan from UnknownTruthTarot.com. Welcome back to another Taurus Tarot reading. I am sorry it has been so long since I've done the last Taurus love reading for you. These past 3 months have been a nightmare for me. I'm just now coming back out of it. I don't really want to talk about it. It was a lot. It was a bunch of things happened right back to back. I ended up getting drug into court, not because I had to go for being in trouble or anything, but because I got called to testify against my son's mother for way more than I want to talk about. So we're just going to skip that conversation. Maybe we'll have that at another time. But for now, you've waited long enough to get your Taurus love reading. So let's start this Taurus October 2023 tarot love reading, and we're going to take a look at the status of the love connection between you and your romantic person of interest here in October 2023. To do that, I'm going to get one card that'll represent the mutual point of interest between the two of you here in October. Then I'm going to get 3 cards to represent your energy in this connection, Taurus, 3 cards to represent your person's energy in this connection. And then I'm going to clarify everything with a second deck, just to make sure we can get down to the bottom of the unknown truth about what's really going on in this love connection of yours. So let's get started with this Taurus October 2023 love reading. What's the mutual point of interest between Taurus and their romantic person of interest here in October 2023? Let's get one card for what's the mutual point of interest. Okay, we'll take it. Thank you. What's going on with you, Taurus? Let's take a look at the energy for Taurus in this connection. What is going on with Taurus as it relates to their romantic person of interest and the connection between them in October 2023? Let's go one more. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Good. What's going on with your person? What's going on with Taurus's romantic person of interest as it relates to Taurus and the connection between them in October 2023? That one clearly wanted me to come out. I have one in here that flipped over right before that happened. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. What happened here? There it is. I knew we had another one. All right. Whoa, what? That's a lot of Leo energy right there. A lot of Leo out here. On the bottom of the deck, the overall energy of this reading is the Two of Cups. This is Cancer energy. Twos are choices, they're decisions. The Two of Cups is an emotional connection between two people. It can be a love connection between two people. It can also represent a choice in a love connection, or a choice between more than one cup of love, for example. I don't see that. King of Cups right below that. This is Pisces or Scorpio energy. So we're starting this off right with 2 cups here. Cups representing love and emotions. So this would be someone who has a lot of love and emotions to give here. This is probably your person, based on what I'm seeing over here. But this is someone who doesn't always wear their heart on their sleeve. They don't publicly broadcast how they're feeling about things. So this can be a person who has the hots for you and you may not even know because they haven't said anything. This could be a person who is going through emotional turmoil and you don't even know because they haven't said anything, and you can't tell by what's going on, from what they're putting out, the vibe they're putting out. They're really able to control that pretty well. This is a decision maker, though, and it's someone who makes their decisions by consulting their emotions and their intuition. The Emperor is right behind that. This is Aries Major Arcana energy. This is an energy of control. It's about taking control, taking charge of a situation. It's also a master manifester kind of an energy, in the sense of this would be a person who has all the abilities and resources to put together a plan to get what they want and then execute that plan to get what they want. Taking charge of something here. So it'd be I'm seeing decision maker hard right here. And then we have the Star right behind that, Aquarius Major Arcana energy. This is hope. This is healing. In a love reading, the star can indicate someone is viewing the other person as the one for me, or this is probably energy that could be affecting you both. It could be both of you viewing things that way, like the gift from the universe for me. But this is also the card that comes immediately after the tower in the sequence of the major arcana. So you don't get to the star energy without a tower happening first. So when something important in your life collapses all around you, it's really hard to see the path moving forward from there. And that's what the star represents. It's that guiding light from the universe that lights the way for you after a tower so you can see the way moving forward. It's where hope comes from. It's where healing comes from. So there's some sort of underlying energy of hope and healing, and possibly hoping that something can be healed, or maybe some healing is taking place, possibly for your person. Anyway, that's the overall energy. That's the gist of what this reading looks like it's going to talk to me about. This mutual point of interest is shared energy that affects both of you in some way here in October 2023. It doesn't always affect you the same way. Sometimes it's a case of they did this and you're feeling the ramifications of it, or vice versa. Sometimes they did or said something and it's got you feeling this way, or vice versa. Sometimes it's legitimately external things that are causing this, but this shared energy affecting you both in October 2023, Taurus, is the Two of Pentacles. This is Capricorn energy. Again, it's a 2. The overall energy is a 2. The shared energy is a 2. 2s are choices, decisions. This is like back and forth energy here, where I'm making a choice and I'm looking at the pros and the cons. I'm weighing the options and I'm going back and forth about something, trying to make some sort of a choice where I can't have both of these things. I have to pick one. It's sometimes an energy of being 1 foot in and 1 foot out, like where I can't make up my mind and I'm teetering both different directions. Let's clarify this and see what we can find out. Every once in a while, this can be an energy of someone juggling more than one person, or someone just juggling a lot in general and they're trying to not let any of the plates fall. Tell me more about this Two of Pentacles, please. Why is the Two of Pentacles a mutual point of interest in Taurus? A romantic person of interest. Okay. I see how it's going to be here. We got a lot going on. I know that one came out. These, I'm not keeping these. And they're right. I was getting ready to say something when that explosion happened. I saw the Hanged Man flip over, show itself to me, and then go face down again and not come out. And that struck me. And as soon as I started to say it, boom, this happened. The Hanged Man would be like progress halting, things stopping, like this feels like start, stop, back, forth kind of energy, like going to, not going to, what should I, shouldn't I, do I, don't I? And I'm seeing some of that here. Bottom of the deck, King of Cups. We've already seen King of Cups. It's right here in the underlying the overall energy of the reading. Again, this is Scorpio or Pisces energy. This is someone who has a lot of love and emotions. If this is how you feel about them, you have a lot of love and emotions for them. They have a lot of love and emotions for you. This is shared energy here. Also, though, it feels like there's some emotions that need to be expressed. Whether that's good or bad, I don't know yet. And it's possible that we have a little bit of both. But that's not necessarily being expressed. I have Justice right behind that. Here I had the Emperor right behind it, a decision maker. Justice is a decision maker too. Like that sword is used to cut away things that aren't fair, that aren't balanced, so balance can get restored, and then the right, fair, just thing can happen. What's supposed to happen can happen. This tells me something unbalanced has gone on, or possibly is going on. And there's a need to correct that, or there is a need to get justice or vindication for something here. I have the Ace of Pentacles right behind that. This is like a practical, tangible, real world, physical opportunity. It's like something you can touch. It's got potential to it. This is the seed that has the potential to turn into the 10 of Pentacles that we all want. Maximum stability, abundance, prosperity. 10 of Pentacles is also like the combining together of two people and their lives and their families and building a life together. This is not that in and of itself, but this has This has the potential for something great here. It's going to take work, time, effort, and energy, though. Otherwise, it's just like empty potential. And there's some underlying desire to act on some opportunity here. This is the fastest knight in the deck. The Knight of Swords is like rushing forward, taking rapid, decisive action on something. Like, I don't need to think about it first. I'm just doing it. Now, that can also represent like spontaneous, like impulsive kind of an energy where someone does something like spur of the moment that they didn't think about first, and they're not even thinking about it while they're doing it. They're just doing it, and now that it's done, then they think about it. That can cause problems, especially if it's chasing some sort of a physical opportunity, depending on the context of what physical means there. But we got some decision here. Looks like related to balancing something out. The Two of Pentacles that I'm clarifying is a card of balance, but it's more about trying to regain your balance or maintain your balance once your balance has been thrown off. And I've felt that twice from King of Cups, in that someone has something going on that's got them a little out of whack, and you can't really tell on the surface. And they're probably not talking about it or expressing that. When I clarify Two of Pentacles, I get Ace of Wands, Five of Wands, Ten of Swords, Nine of Wands. So I've seen a lot of cups so far. Now I'm getting a lot of wands, which represents passion and desire. Luckily, we've only got this one sword to deal with right here. Ace of Wands is a new beginning in passion and desire, a passionate new beginning. This can also represent re-sparking the passion, re-sparking the desire in a connection, like firing the connection back up. The Ace of Wands is the phallic symbol of the tarot deck. It represents the male phallus, using it to be intimate, sexual energy, desire, passion, things like that. And some new beginning in that, whether that's brand new beginning, as in this is a new person we're dealing with, or if this is like, hey, something didn't quite work out right in the past, and there's this need to heal it here, and there's this need to balance it out and make it right, and looking for an opportunity to do that and acting on it quickly, or wanting to act on it quickly. We got something either getting sparked up for the first time or getting re-sparked here. This Five of Wands is Leo energy. Fives are conflict or change. This is a conflict in desires. So like an internal conflict. In other words, like a piece of you wants one thing and another piece of you wants pretty much the opposite. And now you're internally conflicted. You're torn. You're like pulling yourself in different directions and playing tug of war in terms of what is it that I really want. This could represent that's happening for you, Taurus. It could represent it's happening for your person because it's in the shared energy. It could actually be happening to both of you at the same time. It could even be a case of like internal conflict between the two of you where you want one thing and they want the opposite, and you're pulling against each other instead of in the same direction. I'd be more apt to put this on your person simply because central to their energy is also that same Five of Wands energy. Next, to clarify Two of Pentacles, I have Ten of Swords, Gemini energy. This is a swift, painful ending to something. Sometimes it's an ending you don't see coming, hence the swords in the back. Sometimes it's an ending in betrayal, hence the swords in the back. No matter how you slice this, this is an ending to something. And because we got this trying to regain balance, some sort of a decision going on here, probably about this connection, and a lot of feelings involved, and someone trying to take control, make something right. This is almost feeling like there was an ending between the two of you, and this is about fixing it or having some sort of internal conflict about ending. I am not 100% sure. This could go a couple of different ways based on what I'm seeing out here. The final clarifier is the Nine of Wands. This is Sagittarius energy. It's defensive energy, but it's also a card of healing. That's the wounded warrior, and he's been hurt, hence the wall he's built around himself. It's like a defense mechanism. He's trying to protect himself from getting hurt. He doesn't want to get hurt anymore. He's trying to heal and get his energy right. So this tells me that there has been some wall come up here, either between the two of you, or both of you have walled off, or one of you is walled off here. probably based on the pain of some ending I didn't see coming, looking like internally conflicted and back and forth about what do I do with this connection? Do I re-spark it or not? That's the shared energy affecting you both. It's not uncommon at all at this stage. I don't fully understand what this is trying to tell me yet. It will become much more clear as I start going through your energy, Taurus, because then I'll be able to see how all of that applies to you. I'll come back to it again as I go through your person's energy, because then I'll be able to see how it applies to them. So we'll figure this out as we go along together here. But in your energy for this connection, Taurus, you've got the Queen of Wands as your first card, the Page of Pentacles as your central energy, and your last card is Death. Queen of Wands, this is either Leo or Aries energy. This is a bold, passionate, fiery, determined person that knows exactly what she wants. She goes after it. She doesn't take no for an answer. She doesn't let bullshit stop her. This is the person that's going to go get what she wants one way or another. Being very sure for what someone. It's also someone who could be described as like full of passion and desire, very attractive, charming, good looking, like the life of the party. On the negative side, the Queen of Wands can sometimes be a drama queen. This would represent like you having a lot of attraction toward your person, or your person having a lot of attraction toward you typically. Tell me more about this Ace or Queen of Wands, please. Why is the Queen of Wands the first card for Taurus as next week of October 2023? Okie dokie. Okie dokie. Bottom of the deck. Ace of Swords. That's the third ace I've seen. I saw the Ace of Pentacles in the bottom of the deck a second ago. Aces are new beginnings. Aces are opportunities. This is the sword of truth. It's the sword of victory. It's the sword of clarity. It's also the sword you use to make decisions with. That word decision, like the Latin word decision, comes from, literally means to cut off, as in to cut off other options until there is only one option left. Hence, a decision has been made now. That's like how you actually do it. This is the sword you use to decide something. And now I'm understanding more about the back and forth here. That's definitely, some of that is coming from you. I have the Seven of Pentacles next. This is Taurus energy. This is a card of like, wait a minute, let me pause and reflect and like take stock of this whole situation and take stock of these seeds that we've planted together. Because I need to take a good look at this and decide, is this ever going to turn into the Ten of Pentacles that I really want? Is this ever going to turn into that stability and abundance that I want? Is it going to turn into like the combining together of lives that I want? Or is this a spot where maybe it's not ever going to pan out that way, and maybe I should just cut my losses and move on here? So this just represents the period of time where something like that has been being considered and thought about. It can also represent a period of waiting where the seeds have been planted on something and it's just not fully developed all the way, and I can't cut that down and harvest it yet and reap the rewards from the work I've put in just yet, and I'm still waiting on something to fully mature or develop. Two of Wands, another two, another choice. This is Aries energy. This is a crossroads. It's a fork in the road. It's a decision point, and it's a decision about what is it that I want for my world? What do I want my world to look like? And which of these two paths gets me there? And which path do I need to leave behind in order to get what I want? And I'm feeling like what's going on with this internal conflict and this back and forth energy right here, and all the twos that I'm seeing, decisions, they're still like trying to gain clarity right here for you. It's what it looks like. This is like, you can't turn left and right at the same time. You have to pick one of those two paths and you have to stay on it. And what I've seen here recently is this idea of like, okay, I picked my path, but now I'm switching to the other path, and now I'm switching back to the, and it's like back and forth, left and right energy. And as long as you're running left and right between the two paths and can't pick one and stick on it, you're not moving forward anymore. You're not advancing toward what you want anymore. You're just going back and forth. I don't know if this is representing a period of time where that kind of a dynamic is happening, or you're still at this spot now where you've gone through this period of time and you're at the decision point right here. If that's the case, the star is right behind it. This is Aquarius Major Arcana energy. We already saw the star 4 cards deep in the overall energy. That's hope. That's healing. Again, this is something that takes place after a tower has happened, where there's been the collapse of some important structure in your life, whether that was this relationship coming to an end, or a belief system that you had, like some mental model of the world you were operating from as it relates to this connection. And then something happened to shatter that belief, and well, clearly that's not true now. That belief just fell apart. That tower happened. What it was, I don't know yet, and I don't know if it's going to tell me, but there is healing and hope still underlying this decision that you're trying to make here. It's always peculiar whenever I see Queen of Wands energy struggling with a decision, because she knows what she wants very clearly. And I've been seeing that dynamic recently too, with Queen of Wands and 5 of Wands very near each other in the reading. And that's not like her to be internally conflicted unless she wants 2 things at the same time. To clarify Queen of Wands, I get Queen of Pentacles, the Empress, and the 8 of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles is Capricorn energy. This is like, we've referenced 10 of Pentacles a couple of times. There's been hints to it, an opportunity for it, and waiting on it to see, is it going to turn into that? This would be half of the equation that builds the 10 of Pentacles. The other half is the King of Pentacles. Don't have that yet, but we're early. That would be like the wife figure, the centerpiece of the home and the family, like the person that I build my life around, that I build my world around, would be that kind of an energy. Like loving, nurturing, mothering, takes care of the family type of an energy. That could be what you're wanting. You're wanting to be that kind of an energy in this connection. I have the Empress next, which is the mother of the tarot deck. I've got 2 cards right here that to me scream like wife or mother, or the person I want to birth everything with. The Empress is perpetually pregnant. This is like an abundance energy. This is like a nurturing, birth-giving type of an energy. Like, she's always pregnant. She's always giving birth to something new. And in a love reading, she represents the birth of something new, usually the birth of a new connection. But again, like I said here, with this could be a brand new passionate beginning and a new connection between the 2 of you, or this could be rebirthing a connection that has had some problems in the past. And still having hope that can be done, and probably still having this desire to be like building a life together with this person and birthing that and putting in the work on it. This is Virgo energy of putting in the work, putting in the time, the effort, the energy on something to get what you want, or at the least being willing to work on it, being willing to put that time, effort, and energy in. Central to your energy, we have the Page of Pentacles. This represents news and messages and communications about some physical opportunity presenting itself. We saw that Ace of Pentacles. This is messages about that. A lot of times for me, this will represent being at like the early stages, the beginning stages, like the not fully developed version of planning for the future. This isn't having necessarily the full detailed plan as much as it is having some kind of a plan that I'm communicating about or wanting to work toward here. Tell me about the Page of Pentacles. Why is that the central energy for Taurus? That one about hit me between the eyes. Make sure nothing else flipped when that happened. Okay. About took me out. Bottom of the deck. King of Cups again. Again, Scorpio, Pisces energy. Your person's showing up consistently here. Like, this is probably you having a lot of love and emotions for them. This is somebody who's probably really easy to talk to, really caring, would make someone that's a good listener. Also good, like, husband, father material type of an energy here. And then right behind that, that Knight of Swords again, which is very fast forward moving energy. This is rushing forward, taking rapid, decisive action. This is looking like you have some sort of plan of moving forward with them, or you have some sort of a plan of them taking some sort of a rapid action. Nine of Pentacles behind that. This is Virgo energy. This is singles energy. This is like independent, self-sufficient. Like this, I don't need you to physically take care of me or financially take care of me. I can do that. This is singles energy, not necessarily in the sense that a person wants to be single, but in the sense that like not physically combined together with someone here. And this could be a couple of different ways. You have some sort of a plan that revolves on them taking some sort of a rapid action to become single, or this, even the way it's laid out here, like he's running away from the single energy. So maybe your plan involves them running away from some sort of a single energy. It's possible that it involves them severing some connection too. I have the Queen of Swords here, speaking the truth on something, severing a person or a thing that's not in my best interest anymore. This usually represents severing a connection. Libra energy. And okay, this could be, we got somebody that you're dealing with that has more than one person here, and they have sparked up some sort of a new beginning here, possibly with you, and are internally conflicted about ending something. Maybe they don't want to end either one. Looks like some pain is involved and some walls are up. And when I'm looking again at this, that kind of struck me as odd too, when I'm clarifying Queen of Wands and the first card I get is another queen, and then I get birth of something new, and putting in work on doing that. It could be that way. This one looks like it might be multiple different messages coming through together. When I clarify this Page of Pentacles, I get 9 of Cups, King of Swords, 4 of Pentacles. 9 of Cups is Pisces energy. Again, this is another singles energy. This is a step back from the 10 of Cups, just like that 9 of Pentacles we just looked at is a step back from the 10 of Pentacles. This is like emotionally single energy. Now, this is, on the good side, this can be a person who doesn't need an external person in order to feel whole. I don't need like a boyfriend or a girlfriend in order to feel like a whole person. I don't need some other person to love me in order for me to feel loved or worthy of love. I do that for myself. That's a good spot to be in, because that's how you attract what you want and not what you don't want. This could represent that you have some sort of a plan for your own personal happiness and wish fulfillment here. This, as representing happiness and wish fulfillment, makes perfect sense, because it is sitting right beside Queen of Pentacles, which again could be this idea of being centerpiece to this home and this family and building this stable like marriage type of relationship, being the center and the mother, and that would be wish fulfillment. It could be that too. I have King of Swords next, Aquarius or Gemini energy. This is also a decision making energy. We got both of those type energies here. This is very logical, rational, smart, analytical, like mathematical, like cerebral type of an energy here. This is a person who looks at the truth and the facts of the matters when they decide things, but unlike the King of Cups, they do not consult emotions or intuition. It's just, what can I see, what can I verify, and I'm going to decide based on that, not what anybody feels. I don't know if that's an element of the person that you saw at some point here. I mean, ideally, this is how decisions should be made. You shouldn't throw emotions and intuition completely out the window, but also you shouldn't throw logic and reason and common sense out the window either. This is usually like some fair decision-making type of an energy here. Although it can, if this is your person, it can represent someone who feels kind of emotionally detached, emotionally distant, or even cold and calculated. It can be that. I'm not understanding how wish fulfillment is tied to that, but another meaning for 9 of Cups, this can be someone who's very like self-focused, like me some more. Like this is my own personal happiness and my own personal wish fulfillment being high priority here. But that doesn't really jive with King of Swords energy. Being tied to the Empress, I don't know. Maybe that one will make more sense later. The final clarifier is the Four of Pentacles. This is Capricorn energy. Fours are stability. This can be stability in the physical sense, the financial sense, but this is also an energy of holding on to something tightly and not wanting to let go of it. Holding on tightly to the idea of work, putting in the effort on something. Be holding on tightly to the idea of the King of Swords. This could be you having a plan that you're kind of internally conflicted about. Wondering maybe if this person is best for your physical independence, your physical stability. You could also be having a plan and you're worried about, what you actually wish to happen and whether logically, if that's a smart thing to place your bets on or not. Is almost feeling like conflict between what your heart is telling you to do versus what common sense is telling you to do. Like those two things aren't matching up quite right for you. But there's still this piece that you want to hold on to and not let go of, that you have the willingness to work on. Death is the final card for you. Scorpio major arcana energy. This is an ending to something. It's something dying so it can be reborn again in a new, better way. Think about like the caterpillar. It's an ugly worm with hair, but it goes into a cocoon, and when it comes out the other side, it's a beautiful butterfly. But while it's in that cocoon, it's experiencing death. It's going through a painful transformation process, a painful metamorphosis, so much so that the caterpillar itself dies, at least that aspect of it dies. And when it comes out of the cocoon, it's a beautiful butterfly, but it was not peaches and cream to get there. It was not fun and games or a party by any stretch. It was a very painful transition period. Tell me more about death, please. Why is death the final card? Taurus and risk conviction? Really? That one flipped 180. I had to pull that one. Why is God here, please? Thank you. On the bottom of the deck, the Star. Again, Aquarius major arcana energy of hope, healing, having the hope that something can be healed. You probably went through some pain and are coming out the other side of it better now, but this could also represent the connection dying, the death in the connection, and that being able to be healed now. Healing the Five of Cups, which is Scorpio energy of sadness and remorse about the past. It's about being focused on these three cups that have been spilled and all the love and emotions that have been spilled and wasted and all the time, effort, and energy that's been spilled and wasted. There's still a connection here. There's still two upright cups in the background. These two cups that are the overall energy. There is a connection still present here for you. Whether or not it has your focus, I don't know. That's really the core meaning of this card. Is it whatever a person focuses on is literally going to dictate to them what emotions they experience. So if you focus on the past, you're going to feel what you felt in the past. If you focus on something that you've lost, you're going to feel the loss. And if you focus on something that you think's missing from your life, you will feel that gap in your life. So this is about you controlling your focus and not letting your focus dictate to you where it's going to go and thereby dictate to you how you're going to feel about something. This looks like there's some regrets about what has happened at some point. Yeah, I got King of Wands right behind that. This is Leo or Sagittarius energy. It's also the counterpart to your very first energy of the whole reading. This is almost feeling like I still have this desire for this person. I still have passion for this person. I still view them in this good light here. There's just some sadness and remorse about something that's happened and possibly regrets about how things went. And there's this healing energy underlying that. There is still, though, back and forth torn energy about is just leaving it dead and over or re-sparking it is what it's looking like. And that response seems to be coming out of the pain that was felt before and not wanting to be hurt again. When I clarify death, I get the 10 of Wands, the Knight of Cups, and the 8 of Swords. 10 of Wands is Sagittarius energy of a heavy burden being carried. It is a 10 though, and in tarot, 10s are completions. So this is the completion of a heavy burden being carried. In other words, it's supposed to be the completion. This is supposed to be the spot where whatever this painful thing that you went through was, this is supposed to be the spot where you lay the burden of all that down and move forward without it anymore. It's right beside that 9 of Cups, that personal happiness and wish fulfillment. It's also a singles energy. And it's right beside that Queen of Pentacles, that mother, wife, like person I'm building my world with kind of an energy. Next clarifier is the Knight of Cups. This is actions toward love and emotions, moving forward with romantic offers, romantic gestures, taking some sort of an action to make a love offer. This could be asking someone out on a date, going on a date. This can just be like any type of trying to move forward with a love offer or advance a love connection in some way. But again, it's like there seems to be some sort of problematic thing with the mind here or with the heart. I'm not sure. They're at odds right now. This is really feeling like a conflict between your conscious, rational, common sense thought and what you feel. And based on that, like, he represents the conscious mind, and water and cups represent the unconscious mind. And those two things are nowhere near evenly matched. The unconscious is always going to win, which might be why I see hesitancy and inner conflict and pain and back and forth energy, but I'm still seeing all this really powerful, like, rebirth, birth, like, heal, hold on, put the work in. This is my real wish fulfillment. And in the center of all that is common sense going, hey, do you hear me? You know, and then we get 8 of Swords out of that, which is Gemini energy of being stuck in your head. And it's like grinding on something over and over and over on that repeating loop to where you just can't stop. This is overthinking something and overanalyzing something. And that almost always comes from the fact that there's a blindfold here and you can't see something. There's gaps in what you know. There's gaps in what he knows, which is why he's in the middle screaming, hey, listen to me. This can't be right. You don't do this. Common sense is screaming no, but that's coming from the holes in your information, like the gaps in your knowledge. And we all have that mind that can't stand an open loop. And when I don't know what's going on, I need to find out what's going on. And when I don't know and I have to simulate all of this, what should I do crap in my head, I have no choice but to fill those blanks in with what common sense tells me to put in that blank. This is one of those, like, it's like a self-imposed mental prison. Like, this person's not really stuck, but this is an energy of feeling stuck and feeling trapped and feeling blocked based on I don't know everything, and therefore I don't know what to do because I don't want to step into one of these swords or one of these potholes. I don't want to do the wrong thing here, and I'm not sure what to do. But this is totally not helpful energy. This is like one of those energies where the way you've made it in your mind is much worse than it actually is. This is almost like that self-imposed limiting belief of some kind. That's your energy in this connection. Scoot this over, dab, and make some room for your person. In their energy, we have the Sun as their first card, central energy, 5 of Wands, and their final card is Strength. Like I said at the very beginning, that is a lot of Leo energy. Both Leo major arcana cards and a Leo card in the center. That happens to be the exact same Leo card that's down here in the shared energy affecting you both. Your very first card is a Leo card. You could be dealing with a Leo. You could be dealing with an Aries. You could be dealing with a Gemini, a Sagittarius, Capricorn, Cancer. There's Capricorn again. I've seen Virgo a couple of times. I've seen Pisces at least a couple of times. Same with Scorpio. There's Capricorn again. You could be dealing with any of those signs. Hell, you could be dealing, well, I've seen Aquarius a couple of times. You could be dealing with any sign. It's going to be almost impossible for me to tell you exactly who you are dealing with because I'm not tapping into your specific energy as an individual person the same way I would if I were doing a personal reading for just you. I'm doing a collective reading right now for thousands of Taurus people all at once. So going to be real hard to tell you exactly who you are dealing with. So I'm just going to keep calling out all the signs as they stick out just in case they mean anything to you. But this is Leo energy of the Sun. This is the happiest card in the deck. This is happiness, joy, bliss, harmony. You really can't get a better card than the Sun. And when it's showing up first in your person's energy, this is the most important energy for them. Your most important energy is knowing what you want and going after it. And all this desire that you have, it looks like for them, this would be like look at how our solar system is put together. The sun is in the center and all the planets orbit the sun because the sun has all the gravity. This would be like the person who's got the gravity and you're in their orbit and like probably not fully able to escape that. This can also represent the sunshine that lights up my life. Like I get a source of happiness from this person. Could represent that they are finding you to be a source of happiness. Let's clarify it and see what we got going on here. Why is the Sun first card in Taurus person's energy for October 2023, please? Beating me over the head with it. Okay, got you. Two things. I'll tell you both in a sec. Bottom of the deck, we have the Star. Aquarius major arcana energy. Again, hope, healing. Again, a tower has happened, and this is the hope that we can heal and get past that and put this back together. This can also represent you are the source of my happiness. You're the sunshine that lights up my life. You are the one for me, and I see that. The Sun, right behind it again. Leo major arcana. Again, like this is screaming, you are the one for me, and I see that. And I'm getting distinct feeling that I see that now. As in before, I may not have seen that like maybe I said I did, or maybe I thought I did, but now there's no question I see it. And there's Scorpio energy, 5 of Cups, emotional conflict, sadness, remorse about the past, guilt, regrets, shame. It's some negative, low vibrational energy like that based on spilling out of 3 cups. 3 cups can represent 3 cups of love, third party. It could be that could be what caused the problem. I've seen a couple of references that could hint at that. King of Wands, more Leo, well, it could be Scorpio, or excuse me, Sagittarius. Again, notice that's the pinnacle of the wand suit, and the wand is the phallic symbol. This is not just driven, motivated, determined, go-getter energy. This is someone who's also driven and motivated by passion, desire, sexual energy. Another meaning to the Sun. This is one of the 2 things I said I would tell you. Another meaning to the Sun can be illumination, as in shining the light on something so now you can see it. When it was hidden in the dark before, now I got the light shining on it and it's there, see? Could be that got exposed. The second thing I was going to tell you is first clarifier is the Strength card, which is also their last card, which is also a Leo major arcana card. So their first 3 cards are Leo cards. And then I clarify the first Leo card and get the other Leo major arcana card. I'm 100% positive somebody watching this is dealing with a Leo. Next clarifier, the Fool and the Moon. Okay. Strength tells me that this person has gone through a very difficult situation, and it's been so difficult that they've been forced to dig down deep and tap into their internal strength in order to make it through. They have the internal strength to make it through. They just got forced to go find it and use it. Another meaning of this is it can be a person who's trying to tame that beast inside themselves. They're trying to rein themselves in and hold themselves back and not let themselves rush off and do something that would be a mistake. This would usually represent someone having some sort of a struggle with a piece of themselves, where this piece is like too strong and it gets out of balance and out of control, and then they probably do something that they shouldn't do or don't want to do. And this is that struggle to contain that. With seeing King of Wands a few times now, Ace of Wands out here, there's that internal struggle that I'm talking about. Very next card for them is also referencing that internal struggle. Looks like it might be an internal struggle with the Fool, which is the very first card of the Major Arcana, very first card of the whole tarot deck. So it's legitimately a new beginning on something. It's about taking the leap of faith on something, like not needing to know what the end result is going to be before I do it, not needing to know what's the first step before I take a step. This is just screw it. I'm going for it right now. I'm not thinking about it. I'm just going to do it. The negative side of that is sometimes person can take unnecessary risks when they're doing that kind of a mentality. They can take risks outside of the connection, act a fool and do dumb stuff based on animalistic desires and urges. It could be someone started juggling someone else because they had a new beginning in passion and desire somewhere else. That could be what this Two of Cups is about here, in that there is a choice about two different cups, a choice about the connection with you, and they clearly have happiness tied to you. And whatever has happened between the two of you, they have had a difficult time with that, most likely because they did the thing that caused it to happen. It's what it feels like to me. I have the Moon next. This is Pisces energy. Fear, worry, anxiety. It's usually from uncertainty, in that, like, when the moon's out, it's dark outside. You can't see the full road in front of you. You sometimes can't see your own hand in front of your face. So it can be really hard to tell, am I on the right path or not? Did I make a wrong turn? Should I turn around and go the other way? And that level of uncertainty can make a person like anxious and fearful and worried. This can also represent an energy of an illusion or something being hidden in the dark, like some sort of a secret was being kept. And when it's tied to the Fool, that's usually not a pleasant thing. That means I did something that I might not have, should have done, and I don't want you to know about it. I did it behind your back or in the dark, so to speak. Central to their energy, Five of Wands, Leo energy. Internal conflict. This is a conflict in their desires. A piece of me wants this one thing, a piece of me wants this other thing, and I'm torn between the two. I'm playing tug of war between them in terms of what I want. Displaying a lot of back and forth, can't make up my mind, or I can't decide type of an energy. It's here again in the shared energy, related to ending or new beginning is what that looks like. Just leave it dead, or can we spark this back up? Because look, walls are up. I'm aware of that. I probably caused a lot of pain here. Tell me about this Five of Wands, please. Why is the Five of Wands here? It's pretty clear, guy. Bottom of the deck, the Hermit. Virgo's Major Arcana card. You've been getting a lot of Major Arcanas in here. This is withdrawal. It's isolation. This probably means there hasn't been communication between the two of you, or if there has been, it's been dramatically different than it was. This is also an energy of someone who has been forced to go inside themselves to do some soul searching, to do some deep inner reflection and some deep contemplation looking in the shadows of themselves, trying to figure out what is it about me that needs adjusted so that I can move forward the way that I need to move forward. Toward the Ten of Pentacles. We've referenced this a couple of times. This is maximum stability, abundance, and prosperity, but it's also the combining together of two people, two families, all their assets, all their resources, combining their lives together physically and building a life together. And the opportunity to do that. We've seen this already too. We've even seen the communication about this. This is like this person has taken some time to look through themselves and realize what opportunity they actually want here. There's internal conflict about something. There's back and forth about something, but it's starting to feel more like this is like not so much as like, should I or shouldn't I, or do I want this or do I not want this? This is much more feeling like, will they or won't they? Like, this is feeling like I see now, and my conflict isn't about me. It's about whether or not you will accept me, because walls are up and you've been hurt. Probably because I did dumb shit and didn't let you see me doing it. When I clarify Five of Wands, I get the Chariot, Two of Cups, Death. The Chariot is Cancer's major arcana card. At its core, this card is about using the will to move forward past obstacles, past problems, challenges, roadblocks that are in my way, just through sheer will alone, getting past all of that and very quickly moving forward in success and victory. There is an issue with alignment here in that there are no reins that connect the driver to the chariot, the beasts that pull it. So he uses just sheer will alone to power and steer this thing. So if he's not in alignment, if all parts of himself aren't pulling in the same direction, this thing either ain't going to move at all and it's every bit as stuck as the Hanged Man, or it'll move the dark side this way, the light side this way, and it'll tear itself in half as it tries to move forward. And I do see internal conflict here, but I also see a will to overcome whatever has happened, whatever this difficulty has been between the two of you. Next, I have another Cancer card, Two of Cups. That is the overall energy of the reading. We've been hammered with decision the whole time here. This is a decision about this connection with you. They feel the connection with you, just like you feel it with them. Whether it's being communicated or not, I don't know. I fully believe even if this person just told you 2 hours ago that they hate your guts, they don't. They love you. They're just probably terrible at communicating that. And from your perspective, they probably seem like cold and distant and calculated and cunning much more than they seem lovey-dovey. But the love is definitely here. Two Cups. So this is the connection, and they have this will to move forward with it and overcome whatever this internal conflict is. I don't know if they have an internal conflict or if there's an internal conflict between the two of you where you're pulled in opposite directions right now. Final clarifier here is Death, which was the final card for you. Scorpio major arcana energy. Again, this is the ending of something. It's something dying, but generally so it can be reborn again in a better way. Just like the caterpillar dies so that it can be reborn again as a beautiful butterfly. A lot of times this will be like going through the tunnel, and like going through the tunnel sucks. It's painful, but when you come out the other side, you're in a much better place than you were before you went into the tunnel. Whether or not they can see that, I don't know, but there's fear, worry, and anxiety tied to the idea of this being dead and over. Probably fear, worry, and anxiety tied to the idea of going through a painful thing too, because even though that they probably hurt you and that's why your wall came up, this wall is also affecting them and they are also hurt on some level too. Final card for them, Strength, Leo major arcana card. Again, we've already seen this in their energy here as the first clarifier for them. They've gone through some very difficult situation, and I probably would say that they struggle with a piece of themselves internally, and they have to try and fight to hold that back. Now, this can just as easily be this person is wanting to rush forward toward you and try to repair this, but they're holding themselves back and not letting themselves do it. Could be that too. Tell me more about strength. Even that having this Virgo Hermit card on the bottom doesn't even necessarily mean they aren't the one that's they're the one that's not talking to you. It could be you're not responding to them. It could be that because you're stuck in your head about it and you don't know if you should or not. Common sense is screaming no. Tell me about strength. Why is strength the final card for Taurus as a man, a person of interest face? Bottom of the deck. I told you, the star, Aquarius major arcana for like the 712th time, that this is healing, this is hope. Your person has been through the ringer, but they have healed. And there's still this hope that this thing that they want, they can stop holding themselves back from. 5 of Cups. They've healed, but underlying the healing, there's still regrets, there's remorse, there's sadness, there's loss. There's still a connection that they feel, and they are seeing that they are the ones that spilled the cups. And that's a hard thing to process. And this is still having the hope that it can be fixed. That those 2 cups that are still upright are enough to rebuild with. King of Wands, to get back to being your counterpart here. This is the passion and the desire they have for you. Looks like the passion and the desire and the determination they have to like make right what has happened here. When I clarify strength, Temperance, Queen of Cups, the Emperor. Temperance is the Sagittarius major arcana card. This is a card of like balancing something out. It's also like patience, and it's not being in a hurry and not being in a rush, and let's not try to do all of this at once. Let's do little bits at a time and see how is that working, and then do a little bit more and make some fine-tuning adjustments until we get it just right. This is about balancing something back out to make it just right. It's also an energy of reconciliation, because in tarot, water represents love and emotions, and here the water, the love, has been separated into 2 different cups. 2 cups. We've seen 2 cups central to their energy. And this is about taking those 2 separated cups of love and recombining them back into one. That's what their will is trying to accomplish. And that's what they're struggling with too. It's because this is the fastest energy in the deck. And this is like, it's screaming like, whoa, rein that in, dude. Slow down, slow down. Don't push too fast, because you don't want to end up killing this connection entirely. Keep in mind, you're the one that did the stupid shit that caused this problem to begin with. So they're trying to chill, they're trying to be patient, but what they really want to do, like, this is screaming forced patience when I don't want to be patient. I want to move like warp speed right here, and I'm chilling myself out, because what I really want is to fix this and recombine us and get my Queen of Cups back. We've seen this person show up as the King of Cups in both decks. Counterparts, again, I've seen King and Queen of Wands with the King always under the surface. I see Queen now on the table and King still under the surface. It's like you guys aren't together, and they have all this love and emotions for you. They're viewing you as the one that they get their love and emotions from. But notice the Queen of Cups is the only character in the deck that has a lid on top of her cup, and she does that to protect her emotions. It's to keep her emotions from getting contaminated. She's been hurt before. Something's gotten into her emotions and messed her up. And this lid is to ensure that never happens again. So she's guarded. She's guarded. She's got her walls up because of this ending that this internal thing that I have going on has caused here. I would say this person probably did some questionable stuff and probably kept it from you, but they're trying like hell to balance, to get you back, to have this Two of Cups with you, to get the leap of faith and the new beginning. Like the major arcana goes from the Fool to the World, and the World is the ending of the cycle, and at the same time the beginning of the new cycle where you start back over at the beginning again. And that's what this is looking like. But there's fear and worry and anxiety and uncertainty about whether or not that's going to happen. But then we have the Emperor. Again, we've already seen that Emperor energy right behind King of Cups. This is the person that takes control, takes charge of the situation. Wow. And the Star again is right behind that, which the Star is still here on the bottom of the deck. So this is Aries major arcana energy of the person that takes control, takes charge of the situation, like puts together the plan to get what they want and then executes the plan to get what they want. And what this person wants is to recombine things with you and overcome the obstacles that are in the way and get some sort of a decision to be made to put this back together, because it looks like they're viewing you as their source of happiness, and they're finally able to see that. Now, if you have questions about this situation or your relationship, click on any of the videos that just appeared on your screen right now. And when you do, you'll be taken to more Taurus love readings that can give you more insight and more clarity about what's really going on in your particular situation. And I'll see you in the next video.